The description that appears here pulls from your about page of your channel and it truncates. What that means is it gets cut off at a certain point. Now, whether you're on mobile or tablet, laptop, the size of your whatever, it might truncate to different degrees. And I think one thing that YouTubers in general, small YouTubers specifically, often don't think about is how their channel appears in search. We're so concerned about getting our videos ranked, and don't get me wrong, that's absolutely important. I believe success on YouTube comes from like 100 little things, and one of those 100 little things is having a description that identifies what you're about and entices an audience really quickly. This is like a tweet of old. It's just that short, and it has to explain quickly and grab people. And you can put additional stuff a little bit later on. But your channel does come up in search results, and so that's one avenue that people can discover you. And as small YouTubers, we need every advantage we can get, right? So let's remember that. Also, as I'm going through this channel review and other Q&A tutorials, whatever we end up covering in the next however long we're together, I might be talking about one channel, but a lot of what I'm talking about I think will apply to a lot of people out there. So I might spend a lot of time on one channel, but that's if there's a lot of meaty stuff that I think will give value to a lot of people. And so it might seem like I spend a long time, and that's just kind of how I roll. So yeah, that's just a note about that. So looking here, the description is, follow me on my journey of getting locks. And I presume locks is like referring to hair. So this would be the natural hair channel. I think the other one is probably the musical cover. From start to finish and everything in between, I'll be taking y'all with me. There will also ... So that on I'm using Firefox, on my browser, that's where it truncates. So this is pretty good. It's telling me, I think, largely what the channel is about. I think if the words natural hair appeared, assuming it is about natural hair, which I think it is, that would probably be a little bit more clear for people who might not know the colloquial. And it's also good to remember that YouTube really is global. So there are going to be people from different regions where terminology can be different, even within, say, the United States or the UK or Australia. They can have different terms. Like I've been noticing lately, I say I go to the movies. But in Australia, they seem to say that I go to the cinema, which actually I kind of like. It's kind of like that old style, like it's almost a classier, older way of expressing it. That's just my personal taste. So I've actually started saying cinema more because I just like it. But little things like that. And so I think by having locks and then also maybe a little bit later on, but still in this early part, natural hair, makes it super clear, particularly if somebody is translating this into other languages as well. Because, hey, everybody grows hair. Well, almost everybody. But the thing is that, yeah, like, I suspect that a lot of your video could have a global appeal. I mean, obviously, it's probably less of a concern in like the third world and stuff like that, but places are developing. You don't know what the future holds, so I think trying to keep those sorts of things in mind doesn't hurt. But like I said, what you got here is really good. The other reason I'm mentioning natural hair is that's the top most used tag that's coming up associated with your channel name. And so for SEO, that's search engine optimization. For SEO purposes, having it here is good as well, because when people search for your channel, the words you use in your description impact what search terms you come up in. And it can have an impact on individual videos as well. One of the big things about YouTube is that it has this algorithm, this monstrous beast that nobody understands fully. And so the thing is that YouTube has grown. It's massive. Second largest search engine in the world. I'm sure you all know that already. And so Alphabet, Google, YouTube, whatever you want to call them, they've had to come up with automation to manage something so huge. And that's where the algorithm comes in. And a big thing about the algorithm is that it wants to have confidence that it knows what you're about. And so if you want to appear high in search results, if you want to be recommended and suggested on other people's videos, if you want to appear on the homepage, you want to help that algorithm as much as possible. A lot of people complain about the algorithm and feel it's a contentious relationship, and I don't blame them. It's frustrating sometimes. But if you can think of the algorithm as your silent partner, or it just in some way try to work with it, then you'll probably have more success on the platform. Whether you're emotionally or morally opposed to it, maybe you're concerned that it's Skynet or Legion or something, and I don't blame you for that either. But if you want to be successful on YouTube, if that's your primary concern, then you got to think of it as something that can be on your side, and that you want to be on your side, and that you want to work collaboratively with it. So anything you can do to increase its confidence. So the algorithm looks at a lot of things: your channel name, channel description, video titles, all sorts of stuff. And so if natural hair is a tag you use a lot, it really should exist in your description of your channel, and hopefully early on. But like I said, that's actually a really good description. Normally I go through and I rip these things apart and say delete that and replace this, but honestly I think it's a pretty good starting place. So I think just trying to fit the word natural hair in there a little earlier is I think a good idea.